In the heart of the Sahara, something enormous watches the world from beneath the sand. From space, it looks almost impossible. A giant eye carved into the desert. This is the Richat Structure, better known as the Eye of the Sahara. For decades, scientists called it a natural wonder, but others saw something else. They saw rings, circles, and a pattern that looked strangely familiar. Because somewhere in ancient history, another circular place was described in detail. A lost city of rings, canals, power, wealth, and destruction. Its name was Atlantis. And the question has haunted mystery researchers ever since. Could this giant formation in the Sahara be more than just stone? Could the desert be hiding the real location of Atlantis? The story begins with Plato, the ancient Greek philosopher. He described Atlantis as a powerful civilization surrounded by rings of land and water. A city arranged in circles with canals, temples, harbors, and royal power. For centuries, people believed it was only a myth, but then modern eyes looked down from space and saw this. A massive circular structure in Mauritania, hidden in one of Earth's harshest deserts. Its rings are so clear, they almost look designed, and that is where the mystery becomes difficult to ignore. Supporters of the Atlantis theory point to the shape first. The Eye of the Sahara has circular ridges, almost like ancient walls. From above, it resembles the layout Plato described thousands of years ago. A central area surrounded by ring after ring after ring. Then comes the location. Plato said Atlantis existed beyond the Pillars of Hercules. Many believe that means somewhere beyond the Strait of Gibraltar. The Western Sahara is not impossibly far from that ancient world, and that makes the theory feel even more tempting. But shape and location are only the beginning. Some researchers believe the Sahara was not always dry. Long ago, parts of North Africa may have been greener, wetter, and more alive. Rivers may have crossed places that are now silent desert. If water once flowed here, could ancient people have lived near these rings? Could memory of that place survive as a legend? Or are we only seeing patterns because we want the myth to be true? That is the dangerous power of Atlantis. It makes ordinary stone feel like evidence. It makes silence feel like a secret. And it turns a desert formation into one of the world's greatest questions. But science offers another explanation. Geologists believe the Eye of the Sahara was formed by natural forces. Rock layers were lifted, bent, cracked, and slowly exposed by erosion. Over millions of years, wind and weather carved away the weaker stone. What remained were stronger circular ridges, forming the strange rings we see today. Not a city, but the fingerprint of deep time. This explanation is powerful because the Earth can create patterns that look designed. Nature does not need architects to build something beautiful. Pressure, heat, erosion, and time can create shapes that seem impossible, and yet the mystery refuses to disappear. Because when people look at the Eye of the Sahara, they do not only see geology, they see a question staring back at them. Why does it look so much like a lost circular city? Why does it feel connected to one of humanity's oldest legends? And why does Atlantis still pull us back after thousands of years? Maybe because Atlantis is more than a place. It is a warning about pride, power, and civilizations that vanish. It is the fear that history can be erased. And it is the hope that somewhere, buried beneath time, proof still waits. The Eye of the Sahara may never prove Atlantis existed, but it shows why the legend survives. A perfect mystery needs two sides. One side says this is only natural stone. The other side asks why nature made something so strange. One side trusts geology, the other side follows the shape of an ancient story. And between those two sides, dark beyond begins. Because the most powerful mysteries are not always the ones with answers. Sometimes they are the ones that force us to keep looking. So what is the Eye of the Sahara? A natural masterpiece carved by Earth itself, or the last visible trace of a civilization the world forgot? Maybe Atlantis was never meant to be found easily. Maybe it was meant to survive as a question hidden in stone, sand, and ancient memory. Now, tell me what you believe. Comment Atlantis or natural formation. Then like, subscribe, and stay with Dark Beyond.
They see a question staring back at them from the middle of the desert. Why does this place look so much like a circular lost city? Why does it feel connected to one of humanity's oldest stories about power, pride, collapse, and memory? That is why the Eye of the Sahara has become so powerful in modern mystery culture. It does not prove Atlantis. It does not give us a final answer. But it gives the legend a real place to stand. A location people can see from space. A formation with rings, scale, silence, and a shape that refuses to feel ordinary. Maybe Atlantis is more than a city hidden somewhere on a map. Maybe Atlantis is a warning. A warning about civilizations that grow too proud. A warning about power that believes it can never fall. A warning that even the greatest cities can disappear if time, nature, and human weakness move against them. And maybe that is why the story still survives. We are not only searching for ruins, we are searching for proof that the past still has secrets. We want to believe that somewhere beneath stone, sand, ocean, or forgotten memory, there is still something waiting to be uncovered. The scientific answer may be simple. The Eye of the Sahara is a natural geological structure shaped by pressure, erosion, uplift, and millions of years of Earth's slow violence. But mystery does not always vanish when science speaks. Sometimes, science explains the stone, while the legend explains why we cannot stop staring at it. So what should we believe? Is the Eye of the Sahara only nature's masterpiece carved by time in the middle of the desert? Or could it be connected to a story much older than we understand? The honest answer is this: we do not know enough to call it Atlantis. But we also understand why people keep asking the question. Because from above, those rings look like a message. Not a clear message, not proof, but a shape powerful enough to keep the imagination alive. And that may be the true strength of this place. The Eye of the Sahara does not need to be Atlantis to be mysterious. It is already one of the strangest formations on Earth. It is a natural wonder that looks like a lost city, a desert structure that feels like a memory, a place where geology and legend stand face to face. Maybe Atlantis was never meant to be found easily. Maybe it was meant to survive as a question hidden in stone, sand, silence, and ancient imagination. Now the choice is yours. When you look at the Eye of the Sahara, what do you see? A natural formation shaped by Earth itself? Or the final shadow of a lost civilization the world has forgotten? Comment Atlantis or natural formation below and tell us what you believe. If this mystery made you question the past, like this video, subscribe, and stay with History Unfolded for the next historical mystery.